I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, sharps over here already knew the whole time Oezdemir this was a smash spot. But I think it was clear to anybody that actually just like did any film study that it's like, okay, why are we counting out Volkan the way that we are? I don't understand it. You got a major cash infusion if you just kind of bet a big sum on Oezdemir to win this, because I think he was like a minus 150, minus 175 favorite. In hindsight, why were people so high on Guskov in this matchup?
I don't know if people were so high on Guskov. Maybe they were. Maybe, it's the Russian striking coming in, the guy that's flashy, hands by his waist, he's flowing in, maybe. But I do think a lot more of the side was on the opposite side of the coin, where people were down on Volkov. People just kind of forgot who this guy is. He's old. He gets knocked out. He gets finished. Like, there was so many things going against Volkov that I think it turned the narrative in everybody was for Guskov. But like you said, Derek, you do a little bit of film study. Anybody in the heavyweight division or light heavyweight, excuse me, where their hands are by their hips and they're bouncing chin out in front of you, and against a powerful striker, like it's almost nonsensical to think Guskov could have gone in there and really done some work. And hey, we could be wrong. He could hit a slide right out of the way, land a head kick, something super spectacular, but not against Volkov. I mean, not against an absolute vet like that. That's what worried me, and that's what had me confused about everybody really being so high on Guskov. Do you think it was that, Derek? Do you think people were high on Guskov, or were they just low on Volkov?
Well, let me correct you real quick. Volkan Oezdemir is who we're talking about, not Alexander Volkov. But yes, sir. I think people were low on Volkan Oezdemir for sure. But I think that the allure of a Bogdan Guskov, who just highlight reels all the dudes that he's fighting with just nasty one-shot power, I think that's also the allure. But this is the big thing. This is what I say. You have a dude who's fought everybody in Oezdemir, all the high elite top-tier guys, championship-level guys, and then a guy who just pulls off like a nice highlight reel, which is like, no discredit anywhere. It's just a matter of there's levels once again. And I think that from a wagering perspective, this was easy money all day long. It was just scary because this is a fight that Oezdemir was clearly supposed to win, and he won it in impressive fashion. My only troubling takeaway that I have from this is that there are so many people saying this is the most impressive performance to date for Volkan Oezdemir. And I was just like, look at who he has fought, and then look at the step down in competition. Like, it's once again, it was almost like common sense was thrown out the window, or people just forgot that Volkan Oezdemir is a monster. Like, I'm confused. He went from being no time, this big monster guy, to, oh yeah, Volkan Oezdemir, he still fights. And that's the what have you done for me lately-esque nature of MMA that we will continue to exploit and capitalize every single time, because that's free money in your pocket. You know what I mean?
Listen to the game. Derek just spit, folks, putting free money in your pocket, because that is seriously the narrative that was going on. Volkov went from no time to out of time just because we forgot about him. Like, how can you forget about the dude? Like, I don't even want to run off his hit list, because Volkan Oezdemir has fought the who's who of the light heavyweight division, done very well. Sure, he's in that middle tier, faltered a little bit, but you give him a guy on the UFC debut. Come on, folks, free money right to your pockets. Listen to my man on the other side of the screen.
That's right. And then, folks, one more time. Volkan Oezdemir, not Volkov. Volkan Oezdemir, brother. You know what I mean? But it's all right. It's all right.
My bad, brother. I'm sorry.
If you're watching this, big dog, we know who you are. All right, big win for no time Volkan Oezdemir.